I've been making this broccoli and rice recipe for over 20 years, and it never lets me down. It's simple, filling, and always disappears fast. Start by rinsing 1 cup of rice under cold water. Take your time here. Rinse it well until the water runs clear. Then heat a bit of olive oil in a pan. Once it's warm, add the rice and stir it gently. Let it toast for 2 to 3 minutes. You'll know it's ready when it starts to smell a little nutty. Now add 2 cups of hot water. Pour it in slowly so it doesn't splash. Add a pinch of salt. Give it one last stir and cover with a lid. Lower the heat and let it simmer gently for about 10 minutes. That's the perfect base for today's recipe. If you don't want to lose this recipe, hit subscribe. I've got plenty more like it coming. Use 1 fresh new head of broccoli. Notice how green and healthy it is. Cut it up into small, uniform florets. Try not to make the pieces too big. It cooks more evenly. Place them in a bowl and cover with plenty of hot water. Blanches the broccoli slightly, but not excessively, so that it still retains its nice texture. Add a pinch of salt and let it rest for around 10 minutes. You can steam it as well if you prefer to, but I find this a lot quicker when I'm short of time. The rice should be almost cooked. Gently stir with the spatula. It is crumbly and soft. Break 4 to 5 eggs into a bowl. Add a pinch of salt and a grind of freshly ground black pepper. Beat well and smooth. I do this myself by hand with a simple fork. No whirly thing. The children like to help at this stage, though sometimes a couple of the eggs fall on the floor. If you like the recipe, please press the like button. It really does help my channel. Now add in about 200 grams of Greek yogurt or sour cream to the egg mixture. Whisk until smooth. This gives the dish another creamy texture and softness. Chop up some green onion. I prefer lots. It adds a great bite and also a splash of color. Now throw in the chopped green onion and a gentle stir to the mixture. Already so fresh smelling. Next, chop up some handful of cherry tomatoes. I like to chop them in half, sometimes quarters if they're extra big. Throw those in and stir it up gently once more. The colors are so nice and bright. Already something you'd want to eat straight out of the bowl. Now take the softened broccoli and chop it finely. You don't need it too perfect, just small enough to blend well with the mixture. Add 1 tablespoon of flour and give everything a good stir. The flour helps it all come together and hold its shape when baked. By the way, what vegetables do you tend to work with the most in the kitchen? Speak up in the comments. I can feature your favorites in a future recipe. Add a pinch of Italian herbs and a sprinkle of red paprika to the mix. Combine everything until the spices are well mixed. Already, the scent is so cozy and inviting. Take the rice off the heat and set aside for the time being. Finely chop the fresh parsley and dill and simply add them in straight into the broccoli mixture. Give it a delicate stir through. The herbs provide such a great burst of freshness. Now, put the broccoli mixture over the rice and fold all of it gently together. Spread it out, even in the baking dish. Then in the oven, it will go 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes. While our dish is baking, let's make a sauce to go along with it. Take a small bowl, add 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt or sour cream, 2 tablespoons of mayo, and mix until smooth. Now finely chop 3 pickles. I prefer to use the very crunchy ones, and mix them in. Press 1 clove of garlic for some extra kick. Finally, chop some fresh dill and stir it all together. My husband always walks into the kitchen when I'm chopping dill. He says it smells like something good is about to happen. And he's right. This creamy, tangy, slightly garlicky sauce goes perfectly with the warm rice and broccoli. Honestly, I find myself making it even when there isn't a rice bake. It's nice with potatoes, roasted veggies, or even a slice of bread. Now get some cheese and grate it. I use mozzarella or a mild cheddar myself, but use what will melt well and you like. Take the rice bake out of the oven. It should be golden at the edges. Evenly sprinkle cheese on top and back in for another 5 to 10 minutes, just until the cheese is melted and bubbly. Take the dish out of the oven. The cheese is melted and golden. Let it sit for a few minutes before slicing, just to set. Spoon some of that creamy sauce on the side. It really brings everything together. Now, cut into portions and serve warm. And as promised, stay tuned. I'll show you another super simple broccoli recipe in just a moment. Quickly chop the broccoli and place it in a pot. Cover with water, then put the lid on and bring it to a boil. And write to me in the comments which recipe you like more, the first or the second. Boil the broccoli and slice the mozzarella thinly and keep aside for future use. Crack 4 eggs in a bowl, add salt and black pepper, and whisk them very well until light and fluffy. If you're enjoying this recipe, give it a like, share it with someone who loves simple meals, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm always happy to welcome new friends to the channel. After the water comes to a boil, add salt and taste, and let the broccoli cook for about 5 minutes. It softens just so and keeps its color, and plenty of its nutrients too. Chop some cherry tomatoes. Halves or quarters work well. Grease a baking dish with a small amount of olive oil, just enough to coat the bottom. It keeps everything from sticking and also tastes good. Now, place the cooked broccoli into the baking dish and spread it out evenly. Pour the egg mixture over the top, letting it fill the spaces between the florets. Then layer the mozzarella slices right on top. Finish with the cherry tomatoes. They'll roast beautifully and bring a touch of sweetness. Sometimes I add a few spinach leaves or leftover roasted veggies to this. It's a great way to use what you have. Do you have a favorite combo with eggs and veggies? I'd love to hear it in the comments. Now sprinkle the top with Italian herbs and a little red paprika. These give it color and a warm aroma. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes until golden and set. Look at how cute it turned out. Golden, foamy, and pretty. The smell is amazing. I know it's finished when my kids come walking into the kitchen pretending they're just passing through. If you enjoyed this recipe, like it, share it with someone that enjoys broccoli, and don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to be cooking with you again soon. And if you're still not sure whether you like broccoli, this recipe might just change your mind. It did for my husband, and that says a lot. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video.